Don't know anymore, really. How many times have I been sat here, just looking completely fed up of everything? Because that's exactly what I am, There's 5 games to go in this season and I'm just not arsed. I just want the season to just be over and done with, Just get these next 5 games over with, end this season now and release half of this team. Because that's what I'm waiting on. Finished at Plough Lane last night. AFC Wimbledon 1. Charlton Athletic 1. I didn't expect anything less, to be honest. Well, I actually expected us to lose the game. But the performance was exactly what I expected. And it annoys me. Wimbledon have not won a game since the start of December. 21 games without a win. Now 22 after last night. And after watching that game last night, you could not tell which team was on that bad run. How do we struggle to beat the worst team in the league? And it did show last night as well. It did show from the way Wimbledon were playing, at least for the first couple of minutes anyway. But I'm just fed up. Like I said, I just want the season to end and I want half of this team to go. It's just not good enough. It's just not good enough. So let's just get into this match reaction, shall we? So I don't think I need to tell you what formation Jackson decided to go with. The standard 5 at the back, but he made, I think, 3 changes to the team. Corey Blackett-Taylor came out. Dearlang Jaisimi came into the frame completely out of nowhere. I guess Blackett-Taylor, being a bit fatigued, I suppose, decided to give DJ a run. With Alex Gilbey being out suspended, Elliot Lee came into the frame. And, of course, Scott Fraser was dropped, which I think was the right decision. And he was replaced by, as I predicted, Jake Forster-Caskey. His first start in, probably a year now, or nearly a year anyway. So it was nice to see him back in the starting 11. I did have that slight bit of suspicion that he wouldn't be in the squad. Obviously he did come off the bench against Lincoln, but I thought it would potentially be a bit too soon to make a start, but I felt that he did actually play really well against Lincoln. The way I saw it, it was just the exact same formation with just a worse lineup. DJ, Lee, just uninspiring changes to the team, really, and obviously the 5 at the back system. As for Wimbledon, I mean, like I said, winless in their last 21 matches, so I went into this one thinking I know exactly how this is going to go. We are, if there's any team that Wimbledon are going to get their, win against, finally, it's against us. And the game was just like any other Charlton game, really. First 15 minutes, we're all over them. We look good. We're commanding the game. We're getting chances away, and we had some really good opportunities as well inside the first 15 that we should really have taken, but it's all credit to Wimbledon's defence and their goalkeeper, Zanev in particular, who, was able to keep them out. Jayden Stockley tried another acrobatic effort. Of course, he did try one against Lincoln. It didn't come off very well. This one did come off well, and it looked like it was going in. The ball comes in, he chests it up, goes for the spectacular, and it comes off the defender's heel. I don't even think he knows what's coming. He's running towards the goal and it sort of comes off his heel. DJ had a shot which was blocked by either a defender or Zanev pulled off a great save, and then we put in a ball across the box from Matthews, I think. Some good football down the right side, crossed it into Stockley, and he again had his shot saved from about 3 yards out. So, the first opening 15, we looked like that we were controlling and commanding the game. For the rest of the game after that 15, it's just I don't know, man. Like the rest of the first half, we just let Wimbledon grow into the game. I can't recall like any proper threatening opportunities that they had inside the first half anyway. But yeah, we just let them grow into the game, which was really disappointing to see, because Wimbledon were poor. They weren't a great side. They weren't good. And with the chances that we had inside the first 15, we should have at least put one away. We should at least have gone in at half time with the 15 minutes we had at least in front. But no, we let them grow into the game. We let them back into it. And it's just the typical thing to do, Anyway, half time whistle, goalless draw, 0-0. going into the break. And yeah, it's just the typical Charlton game, like I said. Started strong and then we just go flat. You know, we don't take our opportunities inside the first 15, 20, and then we just fade away, let the other team grow into the game when we shouldn't really be letting them, because we've looked, you know, better, the more threatening opportunities. And don't get me started on that second half, you know. I'm sorry, but that second half was pathetic. It was pathetic on all accounts. You know, it was embarrassing, you know. Like I said, you could not tell which team was winless in their last 21. You could not tell which side had that bad run. Like, we were a joke inside that second half, besides the goal that we scored. And we all know what we're going to talk about next. Of course, we're going to talk about the red card and what I think about it. I've voiced my opinion on Twitter already about this, but we're going to talk about it now. So Sam Lavelle comes off with what is being reported as a dislocated shoulder. So that is probably in fucked for the rest of the season, which is a bummer because he is our best centre-back at the moment. And it says a lot through him being our best centre-half. He is the only long-term centre-back that plays for this club. The other three, Fanwell on loan, and then Pearson, Ryan Innis, out of contract at the end of the season. And it was the latter who took Lavelle's place. Obviously, Innis coming back from a lengthy injury. Obviously, it was nice to see him come onto the field. He comes on. I felt that he imposed himself on the game when he was on the field. He was making a couple of tackles. Nothing too special, though. He at least he was getting stuck in and making some challenges. And then 7 minutes into his time on the field, he gets himself sent off with quite possibly the most brain-dead, spineless, the most disgusting red card I think I have ever seen from a Charlton player. It is absolutely disgraceful. If you've not seen it...
I'll come out my house and I'll break your fucking legs, you little prick! Shut up, you dickhead, now fuck off, you little boxy man! Are you running away?
First of all, why are you trying to play out from the back, drive out your defensive line and produce that heavy of a touch? And second of all, what goes through your head to then slide in like that? It's disgraceful. And then walk off the pitch smirking, you know, smiling away. Innis is out of contract in the summer. If he thinks he's going to get a contract doing shit like that, he's got another thing coming. He's going to be finding himself very mistaken come the summer when he finds himself a free agent. It's disgraceful. And I am sick and tired of our disciplinary record this season. We've got over 100 yellow cards, the most out of any other League One team by quite a way, and 4 red cards, all of those red cards being completely and utterly stupid and down to recklessness. Stockley sent off for fighting Oshilaja at Burton away. Sean Clare, can't particularly remember what he was sent off for. It was either him taking someone out or a pull of the shirt, I don't know, but it was a stupid challenge against his former side Oxford when we lost 4-0. Alex Gilbey on Saturday gets booked twice for the same thing, pulling a player's shirt in the same area. It's stupid. And then Ryan Innis last night. 2 ludicrous red cards in the space of 2 games. Both of them, it just comes down to just, they're getting frustrated. And as a professional footballer, you can't do that. Innis's head completely went. And if you watch the challenge again, it looks as if he wanted to get himself sent off. You know, like he wanted an extra 3 weeks off or whatever. And to be honest with you, I hope I don't see Ryan Innis in a Charlton shirt again. Because he's proven himself to be a liability at this point. You know, I do like him. You know, he's a good player when he is fit, but he never is fit. He's never fit. Another one of them players that is constantly injury prone. And then he comes on the pitch tonight when we need him most, after Lavelle comes off with an injury, which is just what we need right now. And he goes and fucking does that. Well done, you fucking idiot. It's unacceptable. It is completely and utterly unacceptable. And we were already chasing the game at that stage. It was 0-0. We were chasing the game. We didn't look like we were going to score. I was sat there thinking, we lose this game without question, because Wimbledon were just coming at us. And then you go and fucking do that. 7 minutes into coming on the field. Disgraceful. And then that puts us at a disadvantage. We're down to 10 men again. Forster-Caskey had to come off. Who, by the way, the fact that he's come into this side and hit the ground running the way that he has, it says a lot about the midfielders that we have, you know. Jake Forster-Caskey, our player of the year last year, with only his 2nd appearance of the season. I said this. I said the second he comes back, he walks straight back into that midfield. And look what's happened. He's shown up Scott Fraser. He's shown up Alex Gilbey. You know, he's shown up Elliot Lee. It's just... Don't get it. But anyway, he had to come off. Akin Famuo came on. Obviously another centre-half change. Again, like, bones to pick with Jackson. Why stick with the 5 at the back? Why? Like, experiment with something else, you know? Just do... I don't know why he consistently sticks with the 5 at the back. It don't fucking work. You know, even when we're down to 10 men, I'd at least expected us to spice things up a little bit. No, bring on another fucking centre-half and keep the shape. So now we've got 10 men again with no midfield. The only midfielders we've got is Jules Dobson, who's doing all the cleaning up in the middle of the pitch, and then Elliot Lee, who was lively for the first 15 and now looks completely fucked. And then the third and final change, unsurprisingly, was like for like. Deolang Jaisimi, apart from the shot that he done next to fuck all. Corey Blackett-Taylor came on. You know, one of the only players in this team that's got it wired in his brain that he wants to take someone on and be direct and use his pace. And he had a good run as well when he came on. You know, the second Blackett-Taylor came on, we looked a lot better. And somehow, out of nowhere, we managed to get the goal. We managed to score, and it was through the good work of Adam Matthews. Matthews done really well for this goal. You know, he flicked it, I think he flicked it over one of their attackers, sprinted down the right-hand side, just kept going, didn't let him catch him. I thought the defender was going to get him, but he didn't, kept going, swung the ball in the box, and there was the Labrador, Jaden Stockley, to head it home to make it 1-0, his 11th of the season. He now is our top goal scorer, absolute limbs in the way in. Stockley finds the back of the net. We're 1-0 up somehow. I don't know how, but like I said, very good work from Adam Matthews. Of course, it didn't last. You know, Wimbledon were just relentlessly coming at us. There was a lot of tired legs on the field coming into the match. You know, they're swinging balls into the box, and eventually one cross did lead to their equaliser. I think it was, I can't remember. I think either Robinson or Mabude, I think, scored. But yeah, ball come into the box. Completely free header, back of the net goal from about, I don't know, 4 or 5 yards out. Easy, just sloppy defending. The fact that that ball's allowed to come into the box and the fact that no one dealt with it is unacceptable, really. And yeah, that's how the game ended. 1-1 with AFC Wimbledon. And again, I've mentioned it a couple of times in this video. I could not tell which side was on that horrific run that Wimbledon are on. You know, you'd have thought that we were on that run and we were that bad. First 15, we had some great opportunities. For the rest of the match, we were completely and utterly pathetic. Out of ideas, looked shattered. Ryan Innis' sending off did not help in any way, shape or form. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of the disciplinary record because we just lose our heads. We get frustrated. You know, that's not what professional footballers should be doing. And like I said, I do hope I never see Innis in a Charlton shirt again because he's proving to be a liability at this point. And we need better than that. If you're going to go and fucking do that when your team needs you most, you know, especially with Lavelle coming off of an injury, and then you got Purrington who's got a knee issue as well. So our defensive a lot of options for, and the next game against Rotherham, which ain't an easy game, it's just not good enough. And Jackson ain't in the clear either. You know, I hope it is Jackson, man, to lead us forward. But right now, I'm just not inspired by what I've seen, especially since he signed that contract. I'm sorry, but I'm just not inspired. You know, he has not changed the system once. It's been the same 5 at the back system with players being played out of position. There is no midfield. The attackers can barely bear down on goal. Defence is far too easy to walk through. Craig McGillivray, you know, cannot command his box. He's playing wingers who can't defend at wing back. Playing a central midfielder and a left back as our centre halves. The pair of them, Purrington and Clare, I think for the most part have done well this season, but still, point still stands, played out of position. At least change the system rather than stick with something that doesn't work. I'm just not inspired by what I'm seeing from this group of players, from Jackson, from the recruitment side and from our owner. I'm not inspired by any of it. And as a fan, I feel let down. And what are we being rewarded with? Our season ticket prices getting frozen for the early bird. So that tells you one thing. When it comes off the early bird, the season tickets will be more expensive. Why? We're 15th in League One. One of the worst seasons on the club's record. The worst that I can think of from memory. The worst that I've seen, at least. And we're being rewarded with a more expensive season ticket. Thank you very much. And people getting into the ground for free. Pretty much every fucking weekend since you introduced it back in December. It's a joke. Just end the season. Just get through the season. We can't go up. We can't go down. Well, we can still go down. Gillingham are 13 points behind us. But if Gillingham lose their next game, then we are officially safe from relegation. So we are practically on the beach. Somehow, by the way, we're 1 point off the top half of the table. We're 1 point off finishing 12th. If we can pull off a top half of the table finish, that is a celebration party in itself. Now, that's how low we've sunk. Anyway, I need to end this video because I'm not doing this, you know, just being angry because that's all I've been this season, you know. Like I said, I just want the season to end. Half this team has got to go. Jackson needs to sort himself out because he's proving himself to be very inept. Love the guy, Charlton legend, but in terms of a manager, you're not exactly inspiring anybody, to be honest, at this point. You're not inspiring me, that's for sure. Rebuild, spend properly in the right areas so we know what we're doing. And just build a team that A, wants to be here, B, can fight and they're hungry, and C, can fight for the top 6 at the very least. Sandgod says top 2, bit ambitious, but let's see if he can do it. Let's see if he can actually walk the walk instead of doing all the yap, talking all the time. Anyway, I'm done. Thanks for watching this match reaction. Hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, can you possibly leave a like? Subscribe if you are new to the channel. Turn on post notifications so you're notified of when I post a new video. This has been Tyler Rowlinson. Have a nice day. And I'll see you all in the next video, whenever that will be. Take it easy. Stay safe. See you later.